Okay, we got tight ends. Let's talk O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, Buccaneers side of the ball. How do you feel about it? Are you going to go ahead now that Gronkowski, because obviously Gronkowski is out. So, by the way, yeah, Gronkowski is out. A new injury has appeared. Gronk's out, so make sure you don't throw him in your lineup. But you playing O.J. Howard or Cameron Brate? Because I can answer it for you.
What's the answer?
No.
I believe that would be the answer I would side with.
Yeah, okay, this is why, though. You watch the games, it's like, that's not – Gronk is Tom Brady's boy.
Yeah.
O.J. Howard, not his boy. Cameron Brate, not his boy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that – look, I know it's a fantasy podcast. We go into stats and things like that. But realistically, it's just he doesn't look at those guys the way he – I mean, I would look at like he's going to look at Tyler Johnson before he looks at fucking Cameron Brate. You know what I mean? Cameron Brate on the field 38% of the time. O.J. Howard 59% of the time this past week. So –
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, these tight ends are like, but behind the big three wide receivers and then the running back. I mean, these guys are like the
fifth option.
I
mean, you might get lucky and get a touchdown or something like that. But yeah, I'm okay here with the tight end position with playing O.J. Howard or Cameron Brate. So we can go on to our guy Zach Ertz. We got Dallas Goedert, also injury appeared. Dallas Goedert is out. He got COVID. Sorry, that was a weird cough I did there. But Dallas Goedert's got COVID, and so we got Zach Ertz. What do you think? Because I will say, we were talking about, why running backs catching the balls a little bit underneath. I kind of like Zach Ertz in the middle of the field against a hurt defense. I kind of like it. I think it's Devonta Smith. I think it's Zach Ertz, and maybe Miles Sanders a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. If the Eagles are going to put up any type of points, I think you're going to get garbage time points with Zach Ertz. If you're in a weird position for tight end, I don't think it's a bad move to go ahead and throw Zach Ertz in your lineup.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, the guy's averaged 7 targets the last 3 games. That was with Dallas Goedert on the field. Like you said, Dallas Goedert on the COVID-19 reserve list. I'm not sure if he got COVID or maybe just a close contact, so he's got to sit out for this game because it's a short week for Thursday Night Football. But, I mean, like we said earlier with Devonta Smith, I mean, this Buccaneers pass defense is not very good, or, at least they're just giving up a ton of numbers. And like I said, it could be a correlation to just not being able to run on them, so more the teams are just throwing on them so much, and that's where they're getting majority of their yardage. But Ertz lines up in the slot 52% of the time. He also lines up wide 15% of the time, so he's going to be utilized as a wide receiver most of the time when he's on the field. And then, like you said, no Dallas Goedert in there. I would argue that it's going to be Devonta Smith is the 1, Ertz is going to be the 2. But when they get in the red zone, I would think that Jalen Hurts would look more towards Ertz, who's a savvy veteran, and a bigger body guy when they get into the red zone compared to a guy like Devonta Smith. Nothing against Devonta Smith. I think, obviously he's really good, and I think he's going to have a good game. But, yeah, I love Zach Ertz. In a couple of leagues, I picked him up, swooped him up. In one league, got Kyle Pitts. He's on a bye. I'm picking up Ertz, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Give me all the Ertz, and then your Ertz your opponents.
Yeah.
With all the points you get. That was a bad one. That was so bad. This is why you don't do this so late at night, dude.
Yeah, no, I know. We're recording this at like midnight on
Dude, that
Wednesday night.
Ertz me just thinking about what I just said right there.
That was better. That one was better.
All right, dude. Recovery.
Zach Ertz. But yeah, I love it in this matchup. I think he's out there. I was gonna say something, but I fucking totally forgot, which is really annoying.
Start Zach Ertz.
I'm really annoyed that I can't think of what I was gonna say. But anyways, there we go. Zach Ertz. I just came to me. Zach Ertz is only 32% owned in ESPN. On the ESPN app, so that's a lot of people use the ESPN app, so I think that's a good base to use. So I mean, he's available in a lot of leagues. So if you're struggling at a tight end position, we've actually had some guys comment and ask that question in the waiver wire episodes or videos that we posted on YouTube. So I think Zach Ertz is a viable option for you for sure.
I mean, yeah, like say if you had a Kittle, obviously Kittle's on IR, but he's on a bye as well. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a big Higbee guy. I just haven't been, never have been. So maybe you got Higbee. Maybe you got a guy like Jared Cook. I don't know. Maybe you're like struggling. You don't have one of these like top. I feel like once you get past like the top 5, 6 tight ends, it kind of comes to a crapshoot. I mean, I would say Ertz to me has got to be at least a top 8 tight end this week.
Ooh,
like I say, no Goddard.
Big call.
It's a good matchup.
Big call.
So.
I like it.
Like I'm starting him over those guys like Tanyan, Higbee.
I'm with it.
I'm probably starting him over like Hunter Henry, Jonnu. I'm just trying to think of like tight ends. Jared Cook, all these guys, I'm starting him over like Dalton Schultz, all those kind of guys. The only guys you're not starting him over is like Knox, Andrews.
Knox.
Hawkinson has had a couple bad games, so maybe you can argue with that right there and say, hey, I'm just gonna go with the good matchup of Ertz over Hawkinson, but I would still ride with Hawkinson and just see what he's capable of doing, because we've seen the first 2 weeks what Hawkinson has been able to do.
Yeah, and one league I played Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm in a league where, I drafted Allen Robinson and Brandon Ayuk. And I kind of made a rolling joke, and I said I changed my team name to Allen Robbing My Season, because that's what he's doing. My guy's robbing my season because of how bad he's been. I dropped Brandon Ayuk because he's just dead to me now. # dead to me. And I swooped up Zach Ertz, and I had Dawson Knox. So I'm going to double flex it. I'm going to double tight end it right here. I'm going to go Dawson Knox.
So
and I'm going to go Zach Ertz just because I feel like Zach Ertz is basically like the second wide receiver. I'm not even looking at him as like a tight end. I'm playing Knox as a tight end. I'm thinking Zach Ertz will be like the second receiver for the Eagles and give me a safe floor.
Definitely. I definitely think Zach Ertz is a sneaky play this week, for sure. We talked on it enough. Hey, did you like that video? No, not the one of Big Ben completely eating shit when nobody even touched him. I'm talking about our fantasy football video we just did. You just watched. Well, guess what? That was just a clip from the full audio podcast. So if you want to check out the whole thing, links down below. AVG Fantasy Football Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, all of them. Anywhere you can get audio podcasts, we're there. Go ahead and check it out. And if you don't want to look at your fantasy team to look the way Big Ben does right here, wait for it. Come on, replay. This is your fantasy team. But that won't be your fantasy team if you subscribe to AVG Fantasy Football. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the channel and like.